Check this out.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everybody. Sorry for the late change on what we're doing tonight. I was just thinking about it and I'm like, you know, I'm in the mood to listen to that album, and I was like, might as well put up a poll. So for those in the Discord, you got to vote on the poll. It was a very brief poll for an hour. But what did end up winning is the 21 Pilots reaction. So I'm excited to check it out. I've heard mixed things about it. But either way, as a longtime 21 Pilots fan, I'm still hyped to hear what it has to show me, what it has for me to listen to. How's it going, Pop? What's up, Getsum? What's up, Weird Glitch? How's it going? You know, it's pretty good for me. I'm not doing too bad. I made a questionable purchase today of a VST pack for Ableton, but I think I'm gonna have fun with it, so I'm calling that a win, even if it was a little too expensive. Yeesh. But yeah, hopefully everybody's had a wonderful day so far. Yeah, it's kind of been a crazy, let's say, like, couple of days for music though, because we had the 21 Pilots album release. I just saw there was a Starset album that just released, a Matt Mason album released. There's probably more too, but those three alone are huge for me, at least. Very familiar with all those bands, so a lot of new stuff. Also, for the Halo fans out there, I just realized within the last half hour why a Scorpion tank is called a Scorpion tank. I never realized that it looked like a scorpion until just today. And for those that need the context, give me just a second. Let me take off the watermark. Halo Scorpion tank. I think it's pretty obvious why this thing's called a Scorpion tank. In retrospect, as you can see, the gun is the Stinger. I've lived my whole life up until now not realizing this though, which is pretty insane. Anyways though, without further ado, I guess we'll go ahead and get into that album. Let me pull this up here. What's up, Crichton John? Miss Dagny says catch you next week. Alright, sounds good. Made a questionable purchase 39 years ago and I bought a girl a drink. She's still here. that was good. That was good. Alright, anyways though. Let's do this. So first we've got, oh wait, one last thing really quick. I'm not going to listen to Drum Show, and I'm not going to listen to The Contract just because I've heard them. And I'm trying, if I end up getting taken down, I want to get through as many songs, hopefully all of them, before that happens. So that's the only reason I'm keeping those ones out of it. If I turn this into a video later, maybe I'll add reactions into that just to go over the songs, but as of now, I'm leaving those two out of it just because I've heard them already. Plenty of times too, I've re-listened to them. How's it going, Mikhail? Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so anyways, we got City Walls.
The reality is, I'm using.
And then, of course, as for analysis of 21 Pilots songs, they're too complicated for me to get first try, so this will be more of just the sound, just a listening experience. Holy 10 minutes. Okay. Is that song actually 10 minutes long, or is that just like a video? Yeah, this is a wonderful start.
Square up with me, I can take your right, throw a left. Pair up with me, I'ma take your right to the chest. Warpath etched in the surface, lines of the yellow tape, they're moving quiet like a serpentine in a formation. But it acts my team pretty impatient. Now they're waiting on me. It might be the furthest we've reached. Now move it up, it's a breach.
Have your dirty soul.
I wonder where you are. I wanted you to show me the way around the city walls, the way on through. I wonder where you are. I wanted you to show me, but now the night has fallen, abandoned by the sun. Square up with me, I can come.
Okay, let me pause it here. All right, this one has got a really, really good instrumental so far. I'm really getting into it. It's immediately catchy. I don't know if I can say this already because we're pretty short into it, but it's probably my favorite of the three that I've heard so far, instrumental wise. Everything else, we'll see. I'm not sure how these rap verses will grow on me. I was hoping this one was going to be more or less rap focused based on the instrumental, but I'll see if that grows on me. It could be one of those things, just like with previous albums, where some of the songs, after a few listens, is when they really, really grow on me. So that'll be something I have to see. It might even grow on me within the song, but that chorus is very, very good. I really, really like Tyler's vocals in that. I think they sound phenomenal. Of course, though, Tyler has good vocals, so what else can we expect? And then the music video so far is interesting too. I thought it was funny when Josh went up to the door and tried to break it down with the butt of a torch. Questionable, Josh, but I guess it worked. Got a modded channel ready 3 minutes ago. Just wanted to show my support. I really appreciate it, Get Some. Thanks for stopping by. This song is my favorite yet. Y'all have to see how it grows on me as the song goes on. People that that outvoted me aren't even here. Sometimes that's how it goes. If it helps, I was gonna be the bias tiebreaker. If the vote's tied, I was gonna vote for the album reaction. I'm new to the channel, so I subscribed. I appreciate it, Mikhail, and welcome, 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 welcome. I thought you were new, but sometimes I don't always recognize the returning people's names, so it's usually a welcome back. All right, here we go. Let's get back to it.
Square up with me, I can come to you. Tell me when. Pair up with me, I can run on you. In the end, I write a promise in pencil, but my loyalty's in pen. Use a mistake as a crooked stencil, then we trace it back again. From the mainland to the island of violence, it was the same plan for a while. Decided to send me up
bit
and
of an
rip you out of your
interpolation.
CQC in a city with no entrance. There is not a retreat. I'm wondering what you thought would happen, who you thought I would be. Was this a side swipe, or did you picture this in a dream? Buckle down, this is possibly the furthest we've reached. Now move it up, it's a breach. I wonder where you are. I wanted you to show me the way around the city walls, the way on through. I wonder where you are. I wanted you to show me, but now the night has fallen, abandoned by the sun.
I love whatever this is in the instrumental. This sound.
My smile wraps around my head, splitting it in two. I don't have a clue how I can keep the top half glued. My smile wraps around my head, splitting it in two. I don't have a clue how I can keep the top half glued. I wonder where you are. I wanted you to show me. Entertain
Oh, I'm getting chills. Another interpolation. Okay, let me pause it again. Sorry, I gotta pause it a few times for this one. This is interesting because how many references have we had to their other songs, or interpolations as I've been calling them? Because there's been at least 3. For some reason I'm blanking on the song titles. Was it Message Man? Nah. If I look through the albums, I'd know which one it was. But there's been at least 3 song references that we've had in this from previous ones. Is this supposed to be like their final album for a while or something? That's almost what it's feeling like based on this. I haven't actually read into like anything about it yet, so I don't actually know. But either way, I think this one is very melodic, sounds fantastic. I think the first rap verse has been a little questionable, but I liked the second one. I don't know if that's just because of the references to previous songs or what. I'll see. And we've still got another few minutes. I don't know if that's pertaining to the song or if that's just gonna be video, just footage. I'm not really sure. And I'm curious if this like what just happened was supposed to be the like blurry face side of Tyler. I don't know. Their lore is so deep, it's kind of hard to keep track of. Best song I've heard from them. I might be a fan if they did more of this. Obviously, you haven't heard their whole discography, but I think you probably would find more songs that you like than from their older stuff. Because this is definitely, it's not exactly like their older stuff, but it's definitely similar in a lot of sound ways compared to a lot of other songs that they've put out in the past. Favorite 21 Pilots song? That's a tough question. I don't know. They have a lot of good stuff. It might be... I think it's Misbeliever or Misbeliever. I think that's my favorite song from them. I really like that one. And it's completely different from the rest of their discography. Hey, welcome back, Jackson. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. Hopefully you're doing well as well. Yeah, welcome back. Melodic, that's the word I'm looking for. It's not bad at all. Older stuff better. I'll see. I'm maybe halfway through this song. I'm not sure how long this one goes. But let's get back to it either way. Interesting. I wonder if this is gonna have to do with something with Josh singing on this album.
What now? I really like this Clancy.
Yeah, me too.
Well, so it's a it's an ongoing thing that happens every time.
But that's not Clancy up there anymore. He's out there somewhere. And we will try again.
Again?
Always.
I am starting it all
Ooh.
once again. Did I learn a thing?
Is that reversed audio? That sounded fantastic.
Intentions are everything. Intentions will set you free. You will fail most every day.
It's weird. It's like credits to everything they've done for these past couple albums.
Did you learn a thing? Intentions like my intentions will set you free. Just try to be.
Okay, this might be a stretch, and I'm really not sure. But is that ooh that they're doing in reverse? Is that also another reference to one of their previous songs where they took the ooh and then reversed it? Because I swear to God, there's something that's so familiar about it. Because they've done that in other songs, but I'm just curious if they've taken it from one of those and reversed it. Man, okay. Well, that was a really, really cool song. I like that one a lot. Trying not to repeat myself too much, but just to give a recap. Like the chorus a lot. It sounded really good. Like that outro. It was really fantastic. The vocals were amazing. The instrumental was maybe one of their best throughout the song. I think in some cases it might be slightly more generic, but I don't think that's a bad thing by any means whatsoever. Sometimes going back to what people are familiar with is a really, really good thing, especially when you're adding in a bunch of experimental elements into it anyways to keep it still very different. And then the only downside I think was the first rap verse, which I wasn't super into, but that could grow on me later, so that we'll find out. Overall, though, a very, very solid song. I have Spotify pulled up on my other monitor, and I already added this one to my playlist. I'm curious to hear eventually, though, the version without the actual music video elements to see what is and isn't there. It might just be the blank spaces where there's no music playing. That's the parts that aren't there. But sometimes there's little bits here and there that are included in a music video that actually are song sections that aren't in the final song. So I'll have to come back to that eventually and see what changes regarding that. But it sounds like most of this is actually part of the song. So, but either way, very good. I like it a lot. Doing great, thank you. They remind me of a combination of Kian and Imagine Dragons. Anyone else hear that? I'm glad to hear you're doing good, first of all. But oh yeah, totally. I feel like it's just a lot of alt bands from that era. Definitely have a lot of similar sounds. I think they've strayed quite a bit now. I don't find as many similarities as I used to. But definitely at their core, I think they're similar. Because they all started around the same time. So it kind of felt like they were bouncing off of each other sound-wise when all those bands were starting up. I'm trying to think of other ones. Because, yeah, there's 21 Pilots, Imagine Dragons, AWOL Nation, a few other ones that all kind of sprouted up at the same time. How'd you rate that song from 1 to 10? That's one thing. I know a lot of people aren't super fond of that. I don't like rating songs from 1 to 10, just because to me, it puts too much of an emphasis on, like, the song is that, when songs are just left... There's so much interpretation to be had by songs, and everybody feels so different about them. I don't really like assigning numbers to them most of the time. So I just like to say if they're good, if I like them, etc. Or if they're not as good and I don't prefer them, then I'll say that. Welcome, Yolatsen Bravo. I hope I said that right. It is? Oh, are you talking about the reverse vocals? Was that actually, is that what you're talking about? Like the reverse ooze? I was right about that? If so, that's crazy. Hey, welcome back, Roger. I've introduced Bandmate to 258 reactors so far. The last one was a British one that went from 300 subs to 10,000 subs in 3 days. That is crazy, Roger. But I think you deserve some congratulations on that. You've probably alone boosted that band like so many views and listens. Yes, it's a song from Vessel. Oh, I knew it. I knew it. Let me go back really quick because I'll know what it is when I hear it. Because I can kind of picture it vaguely. But since I haven't gone back and listened to their older stuff in a little bit. Give me just a second. I'm pulling up Vessel. I'm wondering if I'll see it and know what it is. Is it Truce? It is Truce. I knew it. See, I even knew it immediately which one it was. Let me go back to where it is in this, if I can find it. And I'd be able to do that with the other things too in this one, if I had a little bit of time. They even kind of formatted it similarly to that song. Yeah, that's crazy. Man, yeah, this is a goated song just for that. I'm surprised I was able to pick that up. That tells you, though. It tells you I've been a long time fan. Yes? Okay, hell yeah. Rate it 10 out of 10? Hell yeah. Let you discover what... Oh, okay, yeah. Perfect. Okay, anyways, though, we'll get to the next song. We spent a lot of time on this one. What is it?
You
So,
downy comfy.
we've got Raw Fear up next. We'll see how that one goes. Halloween coded.
Raw fear moves me, sounds of empty Uzis. Life is just forever nipping hills, never slowing down. Raw fear moves me, sounds of empty Uzis. Life is just forever gripping feels, never slowing down. You know it scares me, not stupid. You've met my fears, they're all regulars. Wait, who's the new kid? You know what kills me? Not getting stronger. And now I can't seem to sit still any longer. Raw fear moves me, sounds of empty Uzis. Life is just forever nipping hills, never slowing down. Raw fear moves me, sounds of empty Uzis. Life is just forever gripping feels, never slowing down.
Alright, let me pause it. We'll go back a little bit, don't worry. So far, I'm liking this one, actually. It feels very, very reminiscent of their older songs. Just a little bit tamed out. Like, their older stuff, that's like they're always kind of all over the place for most of their music. This just feels like a more tame version of that so far. I don't know, that might just be me, but I'm liking where it's going so far. I was slightly questioning it at first just because you get like the sort of monotone vocals, and I was like, is this gonna be... like, what is this? But I think it's already growing on me a lot, so I'm liking this so far. Raw Fear is one of my favorite bridges. I mean, it got me excited. The first to say my name right, really? That's kind of surprising to me. Anyways, though, we'll get back to it. And hopefully I'm not too dark for you guys. I have my lights turned down a little bit.
Learning all that really matters is a slow and painful lesson. It is not pass or fail, but a poisonous progression. Try to microdose to immunity, but you'll never ever get it. And I go, what's the matter? Isn't helping you go. I wish her parents would stop yelling. I could build a tower with the times I was pretending. Try to microdose to immunity, but I'll never see the ending. And I go, what's the matter? Isn't helping you go. I wish your parents would stop yelling. You know it scares me. Not stupid. And you go, wait, who's the new kid? And you go, not getting stronger. And now I can't seem to sit still any longer. Raw fear moves me. Sounds of empty Uzis. Life is just forever.
That was kind of a crazy bridge. All right, cool. Yeah, I think that was another good song. I really like that when the bridge starts, they're singing about slowing down and then the BPM speeds up simultaneously. So you get a bit of a juxtaposition between the two at the same time. And I don't know, that immediately caught my attention. I really love that. Also, interestingly enough, the bridge is like at least a third of the song. It's a pretty large portion of it. But yeah, very cool song. A little weird because you get like all the screaming and stuff in the background, and it almost seems a little out of place, but that's just that's kind of encapsulates what 21 Pilots are, though. A little out of place. And of course I don't mean that in a bad way by any means. But yeah, very solid song. I wish I had more to add on, but I think it's also kind of a simple song at the same time. Like the BPM switch, I think was the craziest thing. Of course the vocals are good as always, but I don't think I have too much more to add on it. Sounds good though. All right, have a great night, Mikhail. And thanks for stopping by. What's up, Lori? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Nice to see you too. The screaming is Tyler's daughters. He kind of wanted them to be on the record. That is crazy. What is he doing to him? That's funny. All right. Well, maybe funny. I don't know what's happening to him. Anyways, though, let's see what we got next. Up next is drum. Oh yeah, we're skipping over Drum Show again. I've heard it before, really briefly. Very, very good song. I really like Josh's section on like vocal wise. I think he has a really good voice. So that was like when I heard it, I was like, wait a minute, that's not Tyler. Then I looked at the features and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Josh. And that was really exciting. But that song is a very, very solid single. I think I was saying last time I talked about it on stream, I was saying that it's probably a little worse than the two singles for the last album, Clancy, not counting Overcompensate, because I think that one was a little bit weak out of the 3 singles that were released for that one, but the other two, I think this one is slightly worse, but still very good. Anyways, so after that we've got Garbage, which I have not heard.
Which foundation is good for us?
Also, I just noticed they have a song called Downstairs, which is crazy because I was just saying that Matt Mason album released at the same day, and that song has that album has a song called Downstairs as well. All right, here we go. 21 Pilots, Garbage. Garbage. Appreciate the sub.
I feel like garbage. I feel like my systems are operating at 20% or less. I walk you through the numbers. I'll show you nothing's left. Oh, I'm biting down on my shirt sleeve. I'll lash out if you're in arm's reach. I'm so lost, like what is happening? Like, I feel like garbage. I can't decide if I could feel more.
All right, let me pause really quick because immediately I'm starting to pick up on that. It felt like this song and the last one, the way that they're mixed, almost gives it a record-like sound. That could just be a me thing, but it really sounds more analog than a lot of their other music, which is definitely interesting, and I'm definitely not complaining. It has a very warm feel to it, which I'm enjoying. So far, I'm really liking this one, though, too. It feels like they're going back to the basics, where they're just not doing anything like too crazy on these 2 non-singles so far. They're pretty, again, I'll say it again, sort of tame. And they're just rebuilding a sound that was more common early 2000s to like 2010s, in that range. So like I said, back to the basics in a way, if that makes any sense. But let me get back to it. We'll see where this one goes. It could go absolutely Insano style in a second and go in just a completely different direction. We'll have to see.
I could feel more, or I just knew less when I was younger. Bright-eyed with wonder. Do you know which name it's under? Or less. I walk you through the numbers. I show you nothing's left. Oh, I'm biting down on my shirt sleeve. I lash out if you're an arm's reach. I'm so lost, like what is happening? Like what is happening? Would you move closer if I grew quieter? Maybe this is you. Maybe you don't fix and you like it like this.
This piano stab instrumental sounds so good.
I feel like garbage. I feel like I lash out, hey. I'm biting down on my shirt sleeve. Like I lash out. Don't give up on me. Don't give up on me.
Cool. Another very solid song. Definitely gives off album song type vibes rather than single vibes for sure. So it's good thing they didn't send this out as a single, I guess. But it definitely fits into the album so far. I'm enjoying it. The chorus was simple but catchy. Same with just the verses and everything else. The bridge was just nice, soothing. An interesting song for sure, just for the fact that, again, it has a very analog sound to the mix, and I'm all for that. Like I said, though, I think the last one sort of felt like that too, Rafier. And it's interesting that they're going in that direction, but I'm all for it. So far, so good. I feel like garbage. And then again, just the piano stab instrumental, to me, really stands out. Just because that alone feels very, very much like songs from like 2000 to 2010. Alt songs in that era, I think, had more instrumentals that were more or less like this. So we're getting a little bit of a throwback in that regard. But let's figure out what the next one is. I think it's Contract. So briefly, again, I've heard that one, so I'm not going to cover it today. But I will say really quick, another very solid song. I enjoyed that one. Trying to picture. One second. Let me play a little bit because I feel like there's a couple other things I could briefly say. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah. That one, I remember when I listened to it the first time, I was like, the chorus felt really repetitive the first time around. I was like, this chorus just keeps on going and is nonstop. Like, it just because it plays so many times. But after the second listen, I was like, you know what? I think I'm all for it because it's catchy enough, and I think it's different enough from their usual music that I'm just excited to hear a little bit of a change in that style. Of course, they're notorious for changing their style of music, so that's not super surprising. I just thought it was an interesting direction. Okay, let's see. After that, we've got Downstairs, which again, I'm really excited to hear this.
The Colonel believes
Just because it shares the name of that Matt Mason song that also just came out. Okay. I need to put out, I've been thinking about putting out a Matt Mason cover on my musician channel. I think I might at some point. It won't be a complicated cover, but I think I might do it eventually. Just because there's a couple songs I really like by him. I like that one, and it doesn't remind me of anyone. Well, I'm glad you like it. Welcome, 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 May. Downstairs, So Peak, awesome. Best Breach song. Oh, you're hyping me up on this one then. All right, let's do it. We'll listen to it. We've got Downstairs, and what is this, like the fourth sixth track. Wow, that has gone by quick. Granted, we've skipped 2, but past that, it still feels kind of quick. That's always a good sign for an album when it feels like it's going by really fast. So that means it's just really good. This is creating an awesome atmosphere right now. Oh my god.
Process like a doubt in the start. So I'm begging no mercy. I'm begging no mercy. Downstairs, I feel better in the cellar down there. It's some shelter from the weather I wear. All of my heart on my sleeve. I'll take what I believe and I'm hiding it downstairs. I feel better in the cellar down there. It's some shelter from the weather I wear. All of my heart on my sleeve. I'll take what I believe and I'm hiding it. Feeling like I'm nothing.
Oh, okay. This might be my favorite so far. Holy cow. My gosh. The instrumental immediately was very atmospheric, and I was just absolutely getting swallowed by that world. And then the vocals kicked in, and I absolutely fell in love, especially with all the vocal effects added. I love vocal effects. It's kind of bad. I feel like I'm addicted to them, especially when they're done really well, like they're done in this one. Whether it's a vocode or auto-tune, whatever, I think they can be used in very, very unique and cool ways, and they can make songs sound so cool. And I love how it sounds in this one a lot. This instrumental is also, oh my, it's so good. This could be my favorite. We still got a good chunk of the song left to go too. Oh my gosh. Again, this also just feels more or less like they're kind of throwing it back to what older alternative used to be like, which is just so interesting, especially after the last album. Even the last album, though, had a couple songs that were very throwback alt-rock songs. Does this genre have a label yet? I call it alternative. Maybe they call it something else now, but last I checked, I think they still are considering themselves alternative. Maybe alt-rock, whichever. It's kind of a... Alternative is a really... it's an umbrella term, essentially, over a lot of different semi-genres that kind of spread out all over the place. Another 10 out of 10 already. It is really good. It is really good. But let's get back to it.
Feeling like I'm nothing, feeling like I'm run down, was afraid of nothing, now I'm just ashamed how I hide my face from you.
This percussion is crazy, dude. It's so unique.
Mercy. I'm begging mercy. Downstairs, I feel better in the cellar down there. It's some shelter from the weather I wear. All of my heart on my sleeve. I'll take what I believe and I'm hiding it downstairs. I feel better in the cellar down there. It's some shelter from the weather I wear. All of my heart on my sleeve. I'll take what I believe and I'm hiding it. Oh, what have I become? Dirty
My eyes are watering a little bit.
wretched one? Am I unholy land? Have I forced your hand? Oh, mercy.
Oh, it baked me out.
Down
Thought it was gonna drop.
It's some shelter from the weather.
Or rather pick up.
All of my heart on my sleeve. I'll take what I believe and I'm hiding it downstairs. I feel better in the cellar down there. It's some shelter from the weather I wear. All of my heart on my sleeve. I'll take what I believe and I'm hiding it downstairs. I feel better in the cellar down there. It's some shelter from the weather I wear. All of my heart on my sleeve. I'll take what I believe and I'm hiding it. And I'm hiding it. You can have all I've made and all I've ever known. You can have both my lungs if you ask me so. 'Cause I want to be the one after your own heart. And I might doubt the process like I doubt the start.
That was really good. That's my favorite so far. Even with the singles, vocals. Sorry if a lot of this is just repetitive, but yeah, vocals and instrumental goated. This is really feeling Vessel era though. It does, even with all, like, despite the references that they've made directly on the first song to those songs from back then, it still feels very, very Vessel era. I'm wondering if the message of that first song and that music video was to say that they're returning to their old sound on purpose, just to, and like they're revisiting it. I don't know if that's going to be a permanent thing or what. Maybe that could change on the next song of this album. I have no idea, but these last three that I've listened to definitely feel that way. And you know, I'm all for it. I am all for that 100%. This one felt, I don't even know why this one was so emotional for me. It was making my eyes water pretty bad. I was very much on the verge of tears, so that's always a beautiful thing when you get to a 21 Pilots song that you enjoy that much. I feel like the last one that was like that was maybe Last Semester from the last album. It could have been before that though, even. I honestly don't remember. But yeah, very, very, very good song. I absolutely love this one. I like subterranean dwelling places. Not there now, but great in my childhood and teen years. It's like a hobbit home or something. I'm in the opposite. I'm in the attic currently. So I have a very different experience. All right, anyways though, let's see, what do we got next? Robot Voices. We're already on track number 7. This is going by so fast.
Build a website you love.
And just like that, that's the end of the Echinacea Elderberry Tea. Alright, let's do this. Robot Voices. The vibes are immaculate so far on this one.
robots and machines in my room, and understanding
Interesting mix choice. What the hell?
tones they make. The only advice I take, the inside jokes are landing.
Another
Now
go to
I'm
vocal
waiting
effect.
for the changes. Everyone sees, feeling so fancy. And I just wanna dance in style and stay a while. The lines on the floor. How did you find me? I wasn't looking for love this year, but my robot told me that I shouldn't fear. When I met you, I found you safe and warm, and the robot voices would reassure me. 1, 2, 3, 4.
All right, pause it here at the middle. Another banger so far. I'm really liking this one. That's crazy. I think we're off to a better start than what Clancy was, because I feel like by now I think there's at least one song that I was more lukewarm on this far into the album. No, I think there's at least two. So we're off to a really, really good start here. I say start, we're over halfway through the album already. Again, crazy. Yeah, love this. I want to hear from more of the 21 Pilots fans who've been around since like Blurryface and before to see how they think about this album, because to me it feels so nostalgic and really feels like they're even like pre-Blurryface, really, because it sounds like they're going back to that. But this, I love this so much. It's so different compared to the recent stuff, at least. I will say the one thing I'm confused about with this one was the production choice of cutting out a majority of the mix, just ramping it down and then ramping it back up slowly immediately after. I thought there was going to be a more of a reason for it, but it just kind of happened and then didn't come back. I don't know what that was about, but I'm not going to complain too much because I think it still sounds good. Best new album I've heard in years. Good choice, Reddit. Really? Well, that's good to hear. I went into this and I was thinking, I was just worried that it was going to be too much like Clancy. Because some of you know, not all of you, I'm sure a lot of you are new that are here right now. I wasn't as big on Clancy as I was all their other albums. So I'm very, very happy to see that this one has taken a turn to a different sound. They did a collab with another band for this one, like right now or like live? They just like don't, do they have the feature listed? If it's for production, I'll see if I can recognize them, I guess.
1, 2, 3, 4. Half-drawn blinds, casting lines on the floor as my metal friend flashes in time. The daisy chain power strips generating a newfound loneliness, so I'm waiting for the changes. Everyone sees, feeling so fancy.
All these ad-libs are crazy. That verb came up or not, but excuse me.
When I met you, I found you safe and warm, and the robot voices would
Another banger. I really like that one. Once again, it feels a lot more simple than some of their other songs that they've been putting out. And I don't mean that in a bad way whatsoever. I really, really like this return to simplicity, back to the basic sound that they've been going for with this one so far. And they're still keeping it interesting too. There's a lot of experimental stuff just kind of overlaid on top. They're just taking a simple sound like bass sound, and then just adding a lot to it to make it interesting. And I find that in its own way that is very unique, because a lot of bands, they'll either, it's kind of one or the other. It's either simple and generic or just all out experimental. So this is a nice in between that I'm just really, really enjoying. Yeah, love this one a lot. I love all the vocal effects that are used for like ad libs and backing vocals throughout this one. There's also just layers and layers and layers of backing vocals that are just kind of thrown in here and there, all in different styles. And I think that was a really good choice as well. Sounds fantastic. Yeah, just another very solid song. And depending on how fast we go through this, I might even check out the bonus track that I've heard about. It is For the Record. Yeah, I wasn't able to figure out who it was. I've been here since Vessel. Yeah, the whole album gives regional at best and Vessel vibes. I'm loving it. Okay. I'm glad I'm not the only one, because it's not exactly the same, don't get me wrong, but it's just this classic alternative rock sound that I've been craving for a while that just has not, it feels like it hasn't really came back in a while. There's been bands here and there that have put out songs that are in that style, sort of, but not to this extent. But yeah, I'm liking this one a lot. But yeah, let me know who the feature collaborator is on this one, because I'm very curious. Because at least I don't think they did any vocals, so it must have been production. The band is called Blanket Approval. The song they have is called My Soft Spots, My Robots. Tyler heard it. Okay. So is this an interpolation of that song then? In some way, or is it completely different? Either way, I don't think I've heard of Blanket Approval before, so that's a new band I'll have to check out. They hit them up to rewrite it together. Okay, so it is a bit of a interpolation or remake, I guess. So next we've got Center Mass, which is the 8th track.
Bath and Body Works.
All right, let's do this.
Right this way. A little softer than I used to be. Used to mouth off often with artillery. Now with his cough drops and soft spots in the middle seat. Right this way. Chivalry. A tighter space than I used to know. Spread out wide no more. Pinch my shoulders close, hoping they misplace my reservation. Right this way. Okay, okay. Oh, 'cause you had it figured out. I know, I know. You said you made it to the top. I lied. So tell us how did you make up alright? Well, I pull on my shirt sleeve to cover half of my hands. Bring my arms closer to my body. Get as small as I can. They call it center mass. That part they aim for. Shrink it down to nothing and forgetting what the pain's for. I pull on my shirt sleeve to cover half of my face. Bring my arms closer to my body. Get as small as they say. They call it center mass. That part they aim for. Right this way.
All right, this one is weird. At first I was like, okay, we're going in a way different direction, but then as I was listening to it, I'm like, no, the mix and master still sounds similar to the other songs, like process and how it's done. Still has that very warm analog sound, but then it got into that chorus and I'm like, okay, yep, we're still back in that old age type style. Man, another good song. This album is really, really awesome so far. Caught me off guard that it went in this direction. Oh my gosh, so good. The bridge of their song is this song's chorus. Okay, so it's kind of a mashup. It's like a mashup with an unreleased song. I guess that's a half decent way to put it. All right, anyways, let's get back to it. I'm so excited to hear the rest of this.
You're frustrated, your first mate in the 5th grade tried to persuade, try you want to be shown on the bus. Right this way. Chains up my huff, anxious enough as it is. Gotta walk, never looking up once at the kids in the park. What a day, getting dark, what a day. Right this way. Okay, okay. You thought you had it figured out. I know, I know. You said you made it to the top. I lied, I lied. So tell us how did you make up for it? I pull on my shirt sleeve to cover half of my hands. Bring my arms closer to my body. Get as small as I can. They call it center mass. That part they aim for. Shrink it down to nothing and forgetting what the pain's for. I pull on my shirt sleeve to cover half of my face. Bring my arms closer to my body. Get as small as they say. They call it center mass. That part they aim for. Shrink it down to nothing and forgetting what the pain's for. That part they aim
Josh is going crazy.
I hope you understand this run-on sentence. The tattoos only hurt when meaning fades. I think my skin got worse with good intentions. I don't wanna say what happened, I just wanna let it go.
Oh my god, these
Nothing
drum
was the
fills.
same right after I went to the funeral. I miss you so much. Take what you want. Take what you want from me. Took you for granted. They call it center mass. That part they aim for. That part they aim for.
I just realized he's talking about the heart
That part they aim
center mass.
That part they aim for.
Oh my gosh. They're killing me with this one just because I'm liking it so much. Wow, this is... oh, man, this is up there for one of the best albums I've heard in a long time. How many songs do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We still got 5 songs left? Dang. Ooh, this is a journey. This is a real journey. A very awesome journey. Man, I'm trying to figure out... let me go back really quick to the beginning.
Spots in the middle seat. Right this way. Chivalry. A tighter space.
Because that starting sound that they have, very different for 21 Pilots. It's very jam session type sound, if you know what I mean by that. It's get a bunch of guys to start playing, you get something like that. Just kind of make it up as you go. That's, or maybe like it's borderline jazz. That is kind of a hot take from me, I realize, but it feels like borderline jazz. it's like jazz without the actual jazz. Like only percussion. I don't even know how to describe it. Love it though. And then they switch it into their classic style for a chorus. And I like the back and forth between the vocals with the audio effect and then the regular vocals for the conversations. I think that was really cool. I like the sort of falsetto. I don't know if he's actually hitting a falsetto or if it's just a auto, like a vocal pitch up to get that sound. But I like that used for the backing vocals too. Really good. Excellent jams, dude. Hell yeah. He actually said we weren't going to like this one on the first listen. He was super wrong. I know why he would say that, and I'm sure there probably were a lot of people that didn't. That being said, though, that was a really good song. I liked it a lot first listen, so super exciting. Into jazz I am. Yes. I would point towards my... oh, I guess I still have some Star Wars stuff behind me. Ka-chow. Not Yoda, but Star Wars. Yeah, I was gonna say, though, I would point up there, but my new air conditioner takes the spot of all my Star Wars Legos I had up there. They're now off to my right, way off in the corner of my room. Anyways, though, let's see what we got next, which is Cottonwood. Oh, that already feels nostalgic for me for personal reasons. Just the title, which I know is kind of off sounding off rip, but that's because my whole life I grew up with a really, really big cottonwood tree. It was like the biggest in my town. And it was always like a huge landmark for everybody. Eventually we had to cut it down, which was sad, but I've always loved the cottonwood trees just because they're so cool. For the Midwest, they're like one of the biggest trees, and it's so cool watching the really big ones because the trunks will just get huge. And then on top of that, there's like 2 other cottonwood trees in my life that always stood out to me that I really, really enjoyed. There's one, I guess I don't want to say exactly where they were, but there's 2 in other places that I visited. One frequently that always stood out to me that I loved a lot. So hopefully I enjoy this song because I already love the title. Oddly enough. Well, let's get to it.
Can't believe you're gone for good. Someone chopped you down. Thought you'd just fall in the woods, but she heard that sound. Not
Is this about my life?
Last we spoke. No, I don't remember. I look back in time through a telescope. I've been catching my reflection already looking. Most are blown down in a storm, but the wind was tame. You weren't waiting anymore. Were you sad or brave? No, I don't condemn you. Back and forth. No, I don't condemn you.
Muted just in time.
I look back in time through a telescope. I've been catching my reflection already looking.
Love that synth. I love that one so much. Crazy though. After I gave off why I like that title, the first like line was talking about a cottonwood being chopped down. You'd kind of guess something like that would happen in the song, I guess. But even then, I was just talking about how we had to cut down our cottonwood, and that again, that tree meant so much to me. It was just a tree, but some things they'll mean a lot to you, and they'll just be little odd things here and there, depending on who you are. And that was one of those things. So that song. It's such a weird thing to be able to relate to in a song, and yet I was able to do it. I don't know how many people will be able to relate to it in that way, but that's crazy. But yeah, I love that one a lot. It's very somber, very pretty sounding. I love when that synth kicked in the last third of the song. Very soft, but kind of at a higher frequency in the left ear more so. And I just think that is a nice little added touch. Wasn't necessary, but fit in and made the song that much better. A very catchy chorus, simple but catchy. And we're still keeping to those very warm analog vibes, and I'm loving it so much. So yeah, another banger. Anyways, though, we'll see what the next one is, which is One Way, and that is track number 10. We're getting close to the end. I don't even know, did I pause on the last one? That could be a fatal mistake if I get taken down. That's the issue with these YouTube streams. Let me go full screen. Okay.
Take back who I was before. If it's no, then all my dreams have not been interesting in a while. This has not been interesting in a while. Wow, wow. I wanted to fly, but they say a system's coming in. The chances are then this is a one way. Me.
A little bit of a wind down. I'll go back to before that happens. Yeah, so far so good. I don't have a lot to say on it, just because there hasn't been anything that's like super stuck out to me, but I am enjoying it and it sounds good, so it's good. I'll see though. I do like that transition though right there, with a little like winding down, sort of record-esque type sound. Yeah, that was cool. We'll see where that goes though, because I didn't really get the chance yet to see what that's turning into. This one has a cool transition to the next. Okay, I'll have to keep that in mind. Hopefully there's no ad immediately after this one, because I'll try to play it into the next one, listen to a little bit of the next one immediately, so then I can hear that transition. So far, this is the best song of the album, really. I'll see how it goes for me. I don't think it's gonna hit that for me yet, just because there's a few that I've liked so much, but I am enjoying it so far, but we'll get back to it.
Me and my scene just ain't gelling. Someone next to me keeps yelling. Why am I still walking? Something must be wrong here. I just don't belong here.
Those vocals.
But they say a system's coming in. Chances
I like that. I believe it's a slightly out of tune piano.
and then this is a one way. I wanted to fly, but they say a system's coming in. The chances are high. Then this is a one way. Then this is a one way. Then this is a
Hey, it's Josh. Call me back. I'm not opposed to One Way going into Days Lie Dormant, but it does feel like quite a vibe change, and
Dang it, we got
You
an
can
ad.
see this from space. Please help.
You just need the right.
Give me a second. I have a solution. I'm gonna switch to Spotify for that part, just so I can hear that transition.
Josh, call me back. I'm not opposed to One Way going into Days Lie Dormant, but it does feel like quite a vibe change, and
Okay. That is a really interesting change. Let me listen to that really. Well, I guess I'll do that on YouTube because I'm curious how it sounds without the transition from the last song. I think it'll be fine, but it is interesting. I like how it's the voice being the like super repeated for that intro. That is cool. But yeah, One Way is a very, very solid song. I don't think it stands out to me personally compared to some of the previous ones as much, just because, I don't know, to me there wasn't anything that was connecting to me quite as much as the previous ones. To be fair though, those ones had personal connections that I could relate to. Well, that one didn't feel quite as much that way. I will say, it definitely feels like a Midwest album. Maybe that's just me personally relating to it that's coming through. But I mean, it just, a lot of the things that they're mentioning, it just feels Midwest coded. And I love that. I love that. Just more for me to relate to. But yeah, so far, still a good album. Still really good album. Gives Creep vibes. I must say, I did not get that. I didn't really get Creep vibes. Maybe that's something I could pick up though if I listen to it again. One Way Grew on Me sounds a lot like Tame Impala. It does sound kind of like them, I will give you that. That could be why it's not standing out to me quite as much, because while I do enjoy Tame Impala, they're not like a favorite band or anything. Like, they have a few good songs, but I don't really listen to them all the time or anything like I did with 21 Pilots. So that could be why. But it does definitely have Tame Impala vibes, so that's a good catch. Anyways, though, let's get into Days Lie Dormant. We'll hear it without that transition to see how it sounds. Yeah, I think it's fine without the transition. Better with it, but fine without it.
My days lie dormant, 'cause I just can't afford it to waste time in a city where no one knows your name. My days lie dormant, 'cause I just can't afford it to waste my time inside a place you're not. Don't make me waste my love, it's everything I've got.
Oh, I thought that was more screaming for a second. It's whistling this time. Alright, I'll pause it here. This one, there was like a synthy sound that sounded like a the Who song. Let me pull it up really quick. I think it was the Who. I only know so many, so. Oh wait, I pulled up the wrong band. I'll go back to the sound too. Okay, we're at 1:15. I'll try to remember that. Yeah, it's this sound right here. It's a very quick synth. It's probably an arpeggiator. I think I said that right. Is it Bob O'Reilly? Yeah, this is kind of what I was getting. That's kind of a stretch though, in retrospect. But that's kind of what it sounded like to me immediately. Now I hear the Shins no, as in Australia. I am familiar with the Shins. I do like the Shins a lot. I'll try to listen to that as I'm hearing this, because now that I have that in mind, I'll see if I can make any connections, because I do really like the Shins. Anyways, we were at around 1:15. I'll just go to 50. Just so I'll go to 1 minute. I don't want to start too early, otherwise I'll have to pause it more.
Don't make me waste my love, it's everything I've got.
It does have a Shins vibe, 100%. I'll talk about it later.
You say don't worry about me though. lie dormant, frozen and distorted.
They've done this a lot on this album, where they stroke everything back.
Suspended in the air, my days lie dormant. It's feeling less important to waste my time inside a place you're not. Don't make me waste my love. It's everything I've got.
That was a nice drum fill. Ooh.
I just can't afford it. To waste time in the city when no one knows your name. My days lie dormant. I just can't afford it. To waste my time inside a place you're not. Don't make me waste my love. It's everything I've got.
That felt like a classic Twin Oak Pilots ending right there. Very reminiscent of their old stuff. But yeah, back to what I was saying about really what you were saying, Jackson, about the Shins. I think just you can pick like a lot of alternative bands from the 2000s, particularly on this song. I think that there's sounds that they've taken and I don't want to say interpolated, but they're definitely inspired or that did inspire a song like this. So in my mind, I think the Shins is a good one. The Verve would be another one. I'm sure there's a few others. A lot of those bands had sounds that were kind of like this. And not to sound like a broken record, but this is a throwback album, 100%. It's just they add these little sounds here and there, and that just they're frequently used in those older. It's crazy that I'm saying older songs for songs from 2000 to 2015 or something, but older songs, and they're, I don't know, it feels like an older album, but not in a bad way. It still feels new. They're putting their own twist on it, and I'm all for it. Some people mention the Killers. I could hear that too, especially with maybe some of their older stuff. Although I will say, I'm glad that you brought that up, because in particular, a lot of people hated that album, but Pressure Machine, that album gave me very, very similar vibes to this one. Pressure Machine, I think, is my favorite Killers album. It is so underrated, so terribly underrated. But I get very similar nostalgia vibes from that one and this one. They both felt like they were trying to really just entrench themselves in a nice sound, or just like a similar sound, while making interesting, unique albums for the time that they came out in. I hope that came out clearly enough. Sometimes there's, when you're thinking about music, there's no really good way to put words with it, but I think it's very similar though to that album. Sound wise, maybe not so much, but feel and vibe wise, yes. Yes, I hear the Killers as well. Yeah, makes sense. Have you heard that? Yeah, that I could talk about Pressure Machine all day long. I love Pressure Machine. Again, hugely underrated album. I'd recommend that a million times over if you haven't heard it already. But never mind though. This was a good song. I'm happy with it. We'll get to the next one, Tally. I know I've heard Tally mentioned. I can't remember if I heard that people were liking it or disliking it. But I guess all that matters is that I like it, so I'll throw that out the window and see how I feel about it. Oh. Love your thoughts on these songs. They're very good. Thank you, Lori. Hope you had a great day ready. I did, and I hope you had a good one too. Whistling gives the drum vibes. Sorry, I missed those messages earlier. I haven't heard the drums. I was thinking, what is it? Bjorn and... What is that? Peter, Bjorn, and John. Young Folks. I was thinking of that song. Oh, and Electric Love popped up when I typed that in. Borns would be another band, I think, that are similar to this type of sound. Yeah, Young Folks. Telly is great. Also very regional at best coded. Love to hear it. Okay, we'll do this. I will full screen it. Let's hear it. immediately does sound regional at best.
I lost my rank and title. I turned my back on it.
Yeah, it does.
I wanted to progress things. I wanted my soul set free. Lost it all at a discount. You and I both know just how the story goes. We've seen it several times. It's kind of hard to know, is there a point at all, or should we cut the line? You wanna tally, I lost the count. You
Oh my gosh.
I let you down. Still now, you believe in me somehow. When I replay it in my mind, I see your heart break every time. Still now, you believe in me somehow. I like an
Okay. Holy cow, this one's so good. Oh my gosh, you're so right. Very regional at best coded, 1,000,000%. Even from vocals to instrumental, everything. But again, you get the nice combo of some of their new styles too, so it's not completely just old sounding. Love this so much. Oh my gosh. In the mix of the vocals during the chorus too, where you get like the layers of different vocals. They're doing that a lot on this album, where they're just layering completely different sounding vocals on top of each other, and it's been working so well. This one especially, but it has been working so well throughout this album. Oh, I'm so excited for this. This is crazy. I love this so much. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Lorian. I'm glad you had a good one. Welcome, Jin B. I got here just in time for my favorite. Hell yeah. Song is nostalgia because it reminds me of Sonic games. I wish I could share. I do share a nostalgia feeling just for different reasons, but because I didn't play very many Sonic games, but I respect that for sure. It feels nostalgic for me though, just sound wise, compared to old music and just, I don't know, living life, I guess. The synth OMG. His voice is much better and more trained than regional best. 1,000,000%. It feels like on that one, it felt like, okay, I'm trying not to say this in a bad way because I don't mean it in a bad way, but his voice was bad in some of the songs on that one. I don't know how else to put it because I personally really liked it. I guess just untrained. We'll just stick with that so it doesn't sound bad. But yeah, now it feels like he's doing it with more intention when he's trying to replicate that sound now. Like it's very intentional. It feels very clean. And then just that mixed with just how whoever mixed and mastered this album, they probably had a part in it, but I bet a lot of it was somebody else, has done such a good job. I'll have to get back to that later though once I get to the end of the album, but they've done a really, really, really good job with this one. The sound has been so consistent. I was wrong. This is the best song of the album. It's up there for sure already. I really like it. Welcome back, Jamaican You Pay. Good to see you. Good to see you. I liked it too, but yeah, he learned how to sing better and he takes advantage from it. Yes, exactly. Creature by Saint Motel. Thoughts. I just heard it for the first time from my Spotify made playlist. Is that a new album? Jamaican You Pay? If so, I haven't heard it yet. I didn't know that they put out a new album. So sad I'm missing the show for this song mostly. I want to hear the crowd miss the notes from the song. It would feel amazing to hear everyone try. Alright, anyways. Wait, oh, is there... Oh, never mind. Let's just get back to it before I get too distracted. Yeah, that Arpeggiator sounds so good there. The synth.
I like in a fight 2-2. Lightning strike on cue. Like right when a storm hits, I tear right to circumstantial proof. You should go your way, I should try mine. Even though we both know we should just cut the line. You wanna tally, I lost the count. You wanna love me.
This might be the best one. This is so good.
Still now, you believe in me somehow. When I replay it in my mind, I see your heart break every time. Still now, you believe in me somehow.
The use of autotune here sounds so
Just
good.
figured you were keeping track of every time I let you down, I breached your trust, I let you die. Just figured you were keeping track. You've every time you were keeping track. You wanna tally your hours again. You wanna love me now. You believe still now. Still now you believe it. You believe it. See somehow when I replay it in my face, I see your heart break. I see it still now. Still now you believe in me somehow.
That chorus is unbeatable. That was so catchy. Oh my gosh. That really might be my favorite one so far. It really, I do like the mix of vocals. I like the mix of production on this one. It sounds very modern, but again, with a twist of regional at best, and I'm 100% here for that. But the mix of vocals that have been throughout this album, but more particularly on this song, I've really enjoyed. Again, the use of the autotune in what I believe was a bridge. I love that because it kept a lot of the natural tones of his vocals while also giving it a slight robot feel on some of those longer notes to really, I don't know, I'm just such a fiend for that type of sound, that mix. I love that so much. But yeah, very good song. That is definitely a contender for my favorite. You didn't get a tour here? Oh, that sucks. Tickets near me are 3K US. That is insane. I haven't even, to be honest, I haven't bothered to check how much they are around me because last time I couldn't afford them for the Clancy tour. Ticket prices are insane, and no ticket should be $3,000. Let me put it that way. I don't know if they use dynamic pricing, and it's probably not them. It's probably a manager or something that's doing that, but it's ridiculous. No ticket should cost that much. Unless, like, maybe if it's a VIP thing, but even then, that's crazy. Because I used to pay, even like back when I went to their concerts, they were still expensive. You're talking like $150 per ticket. And that was expensive then. So now it's crazy. Because I thought that was expensive, and now it's like double, triple the price for like crappy tickets. And then, of course, I could rant about this for a while, but the swap between his general admission tickets used to be the cheapest. Now they're more expensive than a lot of seated tickets, which that recently has flipped within like the last 5 to 10 years. Crazy. Beatles vibes? I'm not sure if I'm hearing that, but maybe if I gave it a re-listen with that in mind, I could hear it. Welcome, I'm a Bandito. Got tickets for the Charlotte show today for $30. Holy cow, that's goated. That's great prices. 1921 Pilots show. Great record. I'm happy that you get to go see him. 19th is crazy. How many have I gone to? I think it's just 2. Because I tend to go, or I used to go to a lot of concerts. Now it's harder to afford it, and plus I don't have the time like I used to, like I did in college and high school. But I would go to enough concerts that instead of doing repeats as much, I would just try to see as many people as possible. But I will say the show, one of the shows that I saw had the best lineup ever of Max Frost, AWOL Nation, and 21 Pilots. That was a steal for the ticket prices. Holy cow, goated lineup. I'll never forget that concert. So many screams, I love it. Yeah, plus the screams, there's so many screams, but it's not solely screaming, which is the best part. Because just the screams by themselves, I'm not always huge on screaming in music. I think 21 Pilots is a little bit more of an exception. I like it though when it's layered with other vocal styles or mixed in with other vocal styles. That's always beautiful. Preach is Saint Motel's the original motion picture soundtrack. Is it new though? Because maybe it's one that I recognize and just don't remember the title. Did I come back from Google to 21 Pilots, Poggers? Hell yeah, you did. It's the resales Ticketmaster doesn't limit scalpers. Oh, that explains a lot. Yeah, that's ridiculous. I think that all bands just need to resort to the stupid raffle system. I don't like it, but it's a lot more fair than a lot of ways that they sell tickets now. Like the dynamic pricing and otherwise. Hope we never get dynamic prices here in Mexico. It's already been very expensive to go to concerts. Yeah, dynamic pricing is the dumbest thing to ever exist. And I hope for your sake you never have to deal with it. AWOL Nation and Top What a Show. I know, it's crazy. I'm so psyched about that. Anyways, though, we still got one more song on this album. Technically two, because I think I'm going to listen to the bonus track, whatever that is. I don't remember what it's called, but I'll figure it out in a minute. Whatever. Let's get to Intentions, the final track on the album, minus the bonus song. After this, I might be buying the vinyl. I'm going to keep it real. This is a good album.
Wix. One.
Okay. Here we go. We've got Intentions. It's got the little Dima City sign. Also, a subtle feature. Let me get rid of the watermark really quick. All of the titles having different fonts. I've loved that a lot. It's a nice little aesthetic thing that's just been really cool. Even their band name versus like the album font is different. And usually like clashing fonts can be weird. It's worked very well here though, because they're also unique. And so like they're unique to the song title. But whatever. Let me put the watermark back on and get to it. This is a short one. This sounds weirdly familiar. No.
I am starting it all
Is this more to Truce?
again. Did I learn a thing?
It is. Okay.
Intentions are everything. Intentions will set you free. You will fail most every day, every way.
Was this song just at the end of City Walls? Or is that just for the music
Did
video?
you learn a thing? Intentions lack memory. Intentions will set you free. Just try to be.
Okay, so yeah, I think we heard this one earlier, but still really good. Fantastic album ender. That was wild. And is the whole instrumental just Truce reversed? Because I noticed when we were listening to City Walls, or the end of the video for that, and it played this one, I was like, the notes all sounded reversed. I knew that the little oohs were reversed, and we found out that that was Truce. And then I double checked just to be sure. Wow, what a really, really good end to that album, and a really good song. Very soft, slow, a good I don't know if this is supposed to be a farewell type album, but it feels like it could be, or at least like end of an era type album, or just back to OG, back to OG top. Whatever it is, they've done a wonderful job with it. Oh my god. After Intentions, you have to listen to the bonus track Drag Path. It's not officially uploaded. Yeah, I'll listen to that one too. I think I saw somebody post it on YouTube. I haven't listened to it, but I think I saw it pop up earlier today. Shatters me every time I have to listen to Intentions. I can see why. It's a very emotional sounding song, especially when you get one of their most emotional songs reversed for that. I should have listened to Intentions in reverse as well for a surprise. Can I do that directly from YouTube? I don't remember. Playback speed. If somebody is that already uploaded somewhere? Because if so, I'll just do that. I'll find a video of it because I could put it in editing software really quick and reverse it, but I prefer not to. Brandon Reich did an amazing job with all the creative design for this. Was he like writing or producing or something? The same album as A Good Song Never Dies. Oh, okay, so it's an older one. I don't know if I actually sat down and listened to that whole album before, but I know I've listened to a few songs on it that I really like. A good song never dies. Reminds you of what? I just listened to that like last week, I think. God, you got it right away if you can play the song on reverse. Okay. Yeah, I'm telling you, 21 Pilots has been such a huge part of my life for so long. It's like the older stuff is so ingrained into my mind. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, just for the music video with the Intentions thing. Credits for the video. Now go back to Tally. Does Tally also have something? Don't stream Drag Path, it gets immediately blocked. Okay. Thank you for the heads up on that, because it's already kind of a tough road to walk playing a whole album on YouTube. YouTube doesn't like that. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll have to listen to it after this. All the visuals is Brandon Wright. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, done a wonderful job then with that. Okay, anyways, let's see if we can find this song reversed really quick. Video of it when you look up Intentions. Okay, cool. Let's hear it. Is it the same length too as Truce? I know Truce is like a 2-minute song, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 2:22. It probably is 1 for 1. Just about. They even say, oh, that's great. Like, it makes sense that they're singing the same melody reversed, but that feels weird. Am I crazy? I think they're playing some of the vocals from Truce, like 100% turned to wet. That's a producer talk. Like cranking up the reverb just a ton and making it really quiet. I think they have some of the lyrics on there though, just really quiet and then crank to 100 on reverb. This is actually so creative. That piano comes in so clearly here at the end. Truce is a beautiful song, and now this one is too. Immediately. Yeah, goated album. I really like that a lot. But yeah, let me just take a second and talk about this album as a whole really quick. Take off the headphones. Yeah, they made just a lot of good choices with this album. Like I said earlier in this, as some of you know, not all of you are familiar with my older videos that I've made, but or just me in general, but I wasn't super huge on Clancy. I didn't like a lot of the direction that album went into. Don't get me wrong, there was a lot of songs I really liked on it. Just for a 21 Pilots album, when I expect to really love every song, that album to me was slightly disappointing. So I went into this not 100% certain if I would enjoy it, because based on the album art and everything they'd kind of promoted it with, I thought it was going to be more similar. But instead I was met with a really, really, really good album that, to me, this won't be the same for everybody, and I understand that. But for me, this absolutely blows the last album out of the water. It might be better than Skilled and Icy 2, which I'm sure there's a lot of people that agree with that. Skilled and Icy was not a popular album. I personally really liked it, but that's despite the point. They made a lot of good choices with this one. They kind of, at the beginning, made it clear that they were going to try to go back to an older style. At least that's what it sounded like to me. From just the constant references to older songs to in the video when he was saying that they're gonna have to go back, do it again, get another Clancy, and let the cycle repeat. It was a nice introduction to the idea of what this album was going into. And from there, we just kept on a very consistent theme, which the last album had trouble with. And this one, it stayed very, very on par with a theme. From the mix and master sounding very warm and analog throughout the album, minus maybe a couple songs being the singles. I think they were probably the most different. That, and then the Wall... What was the first one called again? City Walls, that one. I feel like those three were the most different, but outside of that, all the other ones had a very warm feel, which lets me go back to whoever mixed and mastered this album. It was probably two different people. Again, 21 Pilots probably had a hand in it, but I think there was somebody else involved based on the sound. It feels like they were so intentional with keeping a similar feel to the mix and master, and it was very, very clear to me that it was like that. This is one of the greatest like mix master wise albums that I've heard in a while. It's hard to explain. They just did a really, really good job with it, though. I'll leave it at that instead of just keep on going into it, but it just sounds wonderful. I love that warm sound. The mix of vocals throughout this album, from vocal effects to just good vocals in general, I love that a lot. Especially for those that know me, I really love vocal effects a lot, from autotune, vocoders, whatever. I mean, a little bit of shameless self-promo here, but even on my first song that I put out just recently, I made sure I used vocoders and things like that just because I love them so much. So I was really happy to hear all of these cool vocal effects on this album, from like the robot song to pretty much every song has a little bit in there thrown. If it's not the main vocals, it's used for ad-libs or backing vocals. Yeah, there's a lot of catchy songs. I feel like a lot of these songs are relatable. A lot of the songs also are very, very reminiscent of songs from like around 2000 to maybe 2015, 2016 range. I think more of a focus on 2000 to 2010 alternative rock. You get a lot of similar sounds to songs from then. Even in this, while we were listening to it, we were able to come up with multiple bands that were very similar sounding wise to some of these songs. To list a few Shins, Peter, Bjorn, and Johnson. I know somebody mentioned the drums. I'm not familiar with them, but I wouldn't doubt it. We've heard the Beatles. We've heard a lot of names here, and I really wouldn't doubt it. The Beatles is definitely more of a throwback, but a lot of 2000s alt-rock bands definitely is very in your mind when listening to this, if you listen to them at the time. It feels like an album for the longtime fans, and I love that, because you get vibes from Regional at Best, Vessels, or Vessel, etc., whether it be direct interpolations or otherwise. Yeah, very, very good album. Made me very emotional. I was able to relate to it heavily, especially with songs like Cottonwood. Strange personal song to me, but it worked. If I had to choose some favorites off of this one, probably Drum Show, Tally. It's hard for me to remember all these. Downstairs. And then we'll say City Walls probably for, let's just say, my top 4 or something. That's going to change, I guarantee it. when you're listening to an album, usually your songs will kind of flip in and out depending on when you're listening to them. So as of right now, those are probably like my top 4 songs though. But yeah, very, very good album. Great album, Rowdy. You gotta go now. Until the next time, have a great night and happy tomorrow. Peace in the world. Have a great night, Jackson. I probably missed you, but I hope you have a wonderful night. And thanks for stopping by. Yeah, they did do the reverse thing. I definitely have heard that on Beatles songs where they reverse some of their sounds. It is very subtle, but yes for the echo. Okay, yeah, on Intentions. That's what I was thinking. I was like, I could swear that I heard some of the original lyrics thrown in. Such a beautiful album, 100%. I love their albums, but this one seems a bit special. Songs kind of hit a bit harder than everything back to Regional at Best and Vessel. I 100% feel that. Bandito is greater than Trench, which is greater than Vessel. Or Breach is greater than Trench, which is greater than Vessel, greater than Blurry Fist. Face, Clancy, Regional at Best, self-titled, Scaled and Icy for me. Yeah, I'm very alone with really liking Scaled and Icy. Yeah. Clancy though was a weird one just because it picked up a lot of new fans out of nowhere compared to Scaled and Icy. It just kind of, because Scaled and Icy was a bit of a break because it had such a different sound, so you didn't get as many new fans as previous albums did. So a lot of people really, really liked Clancy. Although I know for sure me and along with other Twin Pilots fans weren't quite as fond of it as some people were. Of course, that's not a blanket statement. That's just what I picked up on. So it was definitely a strange album in that regard. I feel like I'm kind of a fiend for Regional at Best though. I really like some of the songs on that album, like Glowing Eyes. That's a really good one. What's it called? I need to pull up the track list because sometimes I have trouble. A lot of you are new here, but I listen to a lot of music. I got like 11,000 songs on Spotify alone, so it's hard for me to keep track of titles in my mind, even of bands that I really like. Regional at Best track list, because there's a few others on there that I really, really like. Trench though is also really good. Anathema, that one sticks out to me. Slow Town I also really liked. Be Concerned, Clear. I really like that album, if that's not clear. What was, there's another song though. Oh yeah, never mind, that's not on this album. I was thinking of Oh Misbeliever. I love that song a lot. But yeah, I love their older stuff. Paul Meany coming through as always. Having the last name Meany. That's rough. Fun fact, I can hit that high note. Which high note? I might have missed it. I'll have to hear it though. It's really a sit down with eyes closed in high quality digital or vinyl and sink into the floor. And that's the thing with this album too, because it already has that warm analog sound to it. I bet it sounds really, really good on vinyl. So I'm excited to get my hands on a vinyl. Even with the City Walls music video, they spent $1 million on it, and it shows that they did it for the fans. That's crazy. It does make sense though, because the CGI was pretty good for a music video. Like, it looked very good. I love Scaled and Icy. You're not alone on that. Heck yeah. Oh, apparently Tyler Brooker rib film. Really? That would suck. But quite the story to tell. Mulberry Street is a vibe. That whole album feels like a vibe to me. It's such a strange album compared to their other ones. I don't know why I like that one so much. Because it's a completely different vibe. You could tell they just wanted to make something new and then very, very loosely related it back to the lore, being like, yeah, this is why this exists. That album I remember I listened to non-stop that summer when it was out. It was such a, I don't know, it was a happy album to listen to. Minus whatever the super depressing song is at towards the end. Is it No Chances? No, I don't think it's No Chances, but it's around it. Forrest and Ruby were my longtime favorites. I do love Forrest and Ruby a lot. Went to several Scaled and Icy shows and noticed a lot of rooms not selling, having low ticket counts, and then went to Clancy's show and the floor was packed and the entire room was filled So 100%. What's weird too is I don't know if you feel this way, the Scaled and Icy show, to me, compared to the Trench one was so good. If I take off the feat or the AWOL Nation and Max Frost being there, I think the Scaled and Icy show was better. They ramped up the production value so much. It was like I was kind of watching a movie. It was a real experience. It was crazy. Plus, I'm pretty sure at my venue, because if I remember it, I think it was, yeah, they lit a fire on the stage and they were like, yeah, we can't do this at most of the venues. And I was like, oh, added experience bonus. But yeah, I think that was a really good one. Anathema and Ruby are my faves from Regional Best, and I think Tally is very Anathema. Maybe that's why I was liking it so much. Anathema is such a sad and somber song, but it's always meant so much to me personally. That goes for a lot of the songs on that album, but that one in particular definitely stands out. What's crazy is right now my eyes are kind of watering up thinking about it, just because that song helped me get through so many rough times, and it always stands out as a landmark in my mind of kind of a go back to song that I would use to just kind of cope with situations. I'm not here though to trauma dump, so let me back off of that topic. I do have a heart for the Takeover tour, Scaled and Icy tour era though. Seeing them in a 700 person room in Chicago was special. That had to have been cool. Redecorate, yeah, that was it. I liked it, but it did feel strange, but I did love it. My least favorite was The Outside, but that was a fan favorite. The Outside. For some reason, I can't picture it in my mind. I know as soon as I hear it, I'll know it. So just give me a quick second. Oh yeah, no, that one took me a bit to, because I liked it, but it took me a little bit to like really like it, because I didn't love it immediately. I was very skeptical about it. I think more people liked it probably too because it was a first of all, it was more similar to their other music, but then on top of that, it was one of the singles. Good night, Ratty and chat. Have a great day / night and a wonderful day tomorrow. Hey, you too, Glory. What Glory? Lori. I combined your first and last name. Take care, everyone, and Ratty. Thank you for the time and live stream and doing the whole album. Much respect to you. Thank you very much, and I'm glad that you had a good time. Have a wonderful night. Don't listen to him chat. I know him IRL, and he can't remember his last name or the last 4 digits of his credit card. I do have a terrible memory. The Half Alive / 21 Pilots combo was fantastic too. They do know how to pick an opener. Super excited to see Daigle this one. They did a tour with Half Alive. I don't think I got to. No, I definitely didn't get to see that. That'd be super cool though. I really like some of Half Alive's music. Their new album took a little bit to grow on me, but I do like it more now. One of their EPs or albums though I really like. I'll talk a little bit longer and then I'll probably hop out of here for the night, but let's see, what is it? Oh yeah, Give Me Your Shoulders Part 1. Goated album. I really love that one. I actually made a video on that one. It didn't do well because they're kind of a smaller band, but still very fun album. I love that one a lot. But yeah, anyways, thank you everybody for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed this live stream. I had a lot of fun. I was really surprised by this album. I really enjoyed it. Again, a little bit of self-promo. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It helps a lot. Check out my other videos. I haven't been making quite as much as often recently, but I do go live once a week, every Saturday night at 9 p.m. Central Time, where I react to music. Most of the time it's free. I just do random spins. And then I also just started my music career under the name Hypercruise, HYPRCRZ. It's linked in the description down below, my first debut single. So check that out if you want to. And yeah, have a great night / day, everybody. And I will see you later. Bye-bye.